The first major upset of the 2022 FIFA World Cup was on 22nd November, which was the third day of the tournament. At Lusail Iconic Stadium, team ranked 51, Saudi Arabia defeated Lionel Messi-led Argentina, world number 3 and one of the favorites at the tournament. By the end of the match, every member of the Saudi side had become icons in the Arab world. Two of their players, striker Saleh Al-Shehri and winger Salim Al-Dosari, scored within 5 minutes of each other in the second half to put the Saudis in the lead. In Saudi Arabia, King Salman announced a snap public holiday for all workers and students in the kingdom in celebration of the win. Having tasted the impossible, Saudi Arabia's club Al Nassr signed Cristiano Ronaldo in a deal that has been touted as a historic moment for football in the Middle East. And with that came bending of the marriage laws. Portuguese forward will be able to live with his long-term partner Georgiana Rodriguez, despite Saudi having strict rules on unmarried couples cohabitating. Kingdom officials have been told to turn a blind eye to Ronaldo and Rodriguez living together. In fact, reports tell us that nowadays, Saudi authorities no longer interfere in this matter for expatriates, even though the law prohibits cohabitation without marriage. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, or MBS, in September last year was appointed Prime Minister, a post that is traditionally held by the king. A royal decree announcing his promotion from Deputy Prime Minister and Defense Minister cited an exception to the basic law. An official told Reuters news agency the move was in line with the king's previous delegation of duties to him. The post of Prime Minister is largely symbolic in a country where all the reins of power already rest with the senior member of the ruling Al Saud family. Power is centered on the royal court and specifically in the hands of Mohammed bin Salman. Since becoming Defense Minister in 2015 and then Crown Prince in 2017, MBS has shown a ruthless political canniness. The year just concluded, that is 2022, has been fairly good for Saudi Arabia. Women driving, cinemas, the opening of sports for all became the new reality. Things like extended closure of shops and utilities during prayer times that often extended way past a half-hour break have slipped away into the horizon. (2022) was also the year that the first Saudi Games took place, an event powered by the principal vision to provide a platform for Saudi athletes to excel to their best potential and inspire Saudi youth through sports and demonstrate the kingdom's capabilities globally in hosting the largest events. More than 6,000 athletes and 2,000 support staff representing more than 200 clubs across the kingdom competed in 45 sports categories, both as individuals and teams. The Games became the largest national sports event in the history of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and attracted a large following across the land, either on TV or social media. From being a country where films were banned, a reaction to the 1979 Iranian Revolution, Saudi Arabia now has grand plans to become the biggest hub for cinema in the region. Since 2018, when the ban was lifted, the country has moved at a breathless pace. MBS's Vision 2030 includes a complete image makeover for one of the world's most conservative countries. Allowing women to drive was a tiny step but a giant leap for the country, signaling that much more was to come. Riyadh wants to invest $64 billion in entertainment. By 2030, Riyadh wants the country to have produced 100 films. The country is expected to have 2,600 theatres by 2030. In April last year, Saudi Minister of Culture, Prince Badr bin Abdullah bin Mohammed bin Farhan, flew to Mumbai to get Bollywood on board. The Saudis want Indian actors to be Arabian Nights in what is an Arab cinema spring. 37-year-old Badr has been handpicked by Salman to lead his Ministry of Culture. He made headlines when it was revealed that he was the mysterious buyer of the Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi, a portrait of Jesus sold at $450 million. Badr met Shah Rukh Khan. The actor, in fact, flew in from the Pathan set in Spain just for this meeting. Salman Khan, Akshay Kumar, Saif Ali Khan were all present. He also met directors Kabir Khan, Raju Hirani and Ashutosh Gowarkar. There is a 40% cash rebate for films being shot partially or completely in Saudi Arabia, and it is open to all filmmakers, local, regional or international. The UAE, which is also wooing filmmakers, offers 30% and Jordan between 10 to 15%. It is a cutthroat competition and the Saudis may well be winning. So far, they seem to have grabbed the big ones. Kandahar, the Gerard Butler thriller, was shot at Al Ula, Saudi Arabia's first UNESCO heritage site. Desert Warrior, starring Anthony Mackie, the new Captain America, was shot here. The first film shot by Indian expats in Saudi Arabia, Sati in Malayalam, was filmed recently. And it is just the beginning. Pradeep Dwivedi, Group CEO of Eros Media World PLC, said that there are 3 projects which are in advanced stages and 2 of them are feature films. Eros, remember, is the first Indian company to tie up with Arabia Pictures Group to create content and environment for filmmaking. It is the first company, but it will not be the last. India's biggest multiplex chain, PVR2, had been eyeing the verging territory. In 2021, the Red Sea Film Festival, the first official government festival, opened. There was no enforced dress code for women. Naomi Campbell sashayed down the carpet. It was a far cry from the controversy over Michelle Obama choosing not to wear a headscarf when she accompanied then US President Barack Obama to pay respects to late King Abdullah in 2015. The Red Sea Festival has now established itself on the film calendar. And 83 was the first Indian film to be premiered in Saudi Arabia. A shirtless Ranveer Singh, but with a coat on and a scarf around his neck, did not offend any sensibilities as he walked down the carpet with wife Deepika Padukone dressed in pink. With 70% of Saudis below 30 and with money to spend, MBS is hoping to channel the restlessness through cinema. MBS hopes to have F1 teams such as McLaren and Aston Martin set up operational bases in the Arabian nation, potentially making it the new home of the sport. Currently, 7 out of the 10 teams have their bases in England, making the small nation the de facto home of the sport. The F1 Saudi Arabian GP is now a constant on the sports calendar and is reported to soon replace the Bahrain GP as the sports season opener. F1 has come under considerable scrutiny from groups around the world who believe that racing in the Middle East is like turning a blind eye to all of the issues that these countries tend to have. Countries like Qatar, Saudi Arabia and UAE are notorious for their poor human rights records and treatment of the LGBTQ community. It will be interesting to keep an eye on what drivers such as Lewis Hamilton and company have to say about the sports decision. It will also be interesting to see whether Saudi Arabia will become the new home of the sport in the future.